Springtime is upon us, and in this video I'll be venturing out into the woodland looking to capture some of the majestic bluebells that we're spoilt with at this time of the year. Hello and welcome to another video. The plan is to head to 2, maybe 3 locations because as you can see the bluebells, they are in bloom. This is one of my favourite times of the year. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm hopefully heading to a new destination, capturing something a little bit different but just as stunning. So we're here at the first location that I want to talk about. Like I say, I love bluebells. One of my favourite times of the year as a photographer. But I'm starting here from my local woodland. So I kind of want to stress, and I stress it a lot, it's a tune I'm constantly singing, bashing on this channel, but you seem to think to yourself at times as a photographer, you've got to go miles away to set in certain locations to be able to enjoy and capture beautiful scenes, beautiful moments. But here, I'm literally 10 minutes drive away from home. But it's a perfect location to really start this off. And I can only hope that the next 2 locations, the next 2 destinations that I head to, are just as amazing as this, really. Now, of course, you should remember that when you come out to the woodland like this, all these beautiful bluebells around you, don't think that you've got to limit yourself to those infinite shots that just show the bluebells disappearing off, infinity off into the woodland floor. It's almost like a blue carpet. See as well if you can get the small detail in these scenes. This tree over here in the middle of our picture. Just a simple case for me for zooming in on this one, taking out any other trees that might exist. And what we're left with is we're left with a little bit of the tree framing to the right. We've got all these bluebells over to the left. I can even do a little bit of a pano moving around where I've got a little bit of a log just over here. You see, all about the intricate details at times. Time for me to move on to the second destination, but before I do so, let me know in the comments down below, have you shot any of these amazing bluebells yet? Let me know down below, and if you've enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, consider hitting that subscribe button, although it's absolutely fine if you'd rather not. I guess though, it's time to move on to destination number 2. Another day and our second destination, the aptly named Kingswood, the perfect name for a beautiful setting. This right here is why you come to woodland such as this one. Just look at them. The bluebells, they're just beautiful. They're off the path itself. They're just allowed to grow in abundance. And you get these perfect scenes where the bluebells just disappear off into infinity. It's like a fairy tale around here. It really is a stunning time of the year. It's one of my favourites. I don't get on with woodland photography. And everything about here, it just leads us into what is an ideal composition, really. It's one of the big reasons why I've come out. It's one of the reasons why I came back here. The one thing we're going to want to be careful about though here is, of course, we've got a lot of light over towards the left-hand side. We've got the morning light flooding in. So we want to shoot nice, have the camera pointing down nice and low to try and stop that light coming in from the left. And then it's just about being at a perfect height to make sure that you can just see this blue carpet all the way along. Too high and you lose those mystical qualities. Too low and it just gets a little bit, start getting a little bit too much of the grass. And then just to point it out, we've got scenes like this one. Nothing special, it's still the infinity look of the Bluebells, but we've got an added element, we've got an added amount of contrast with these types of shots. You see, wherever you go here in Kingswood, another, I'm guessing it's not going to be related, it's not going to be singular to Kingswood, but you get these lovely low branches on the trees, and they act like very low down canopies, and they just add another shade of green to what is already a beautiful scene. We've got the blues of the Bluebells, we've got kind of the darkish greens of the foliage of the forest floor, we've got the browns of the trees, and then we get these lovely bright greens of the leaves as they kind of just act as a canopy over the Bluebells themselves. You know, I could quite happily stay here all day, exhaust my battery, but I've got to move on to destination number 3, and I know that is going to be ever so slightly different, but just as special. So destination number 3, a foggy hillside. Not what I'm planning on sharing with you from this particular location. However, I might have to do another video. I might have to start recording another video, seeing that I've made the effort to come all the way out here. But you'll have to hit that subscribe button if you want to see that video. So this video so far has, of course, all been about finding Bluebells, taking advantage, capturing some amazing shots. I've come out to this 3rd location, this final spot, and it's brand new. And it's not Bluebells that I'm looking for today. See, at this time of the year, it's not just Bluebells that come into bloom. There's something else. I've had to come out to a new location. I've had to travel a little bit further than I normally would. But hopefully, I'm going to strike it lucky. But of course, with any new location, I've got to find what it is that I'm looking for first. So I best get hunting. And it's this here that I've wanted to come and shoot, wild garlic. As you can see, very different to Bluebells. Instead of the blue on the green, we've got the white on green. It almost looks just a little bit more pristine, a little bit more elegant. It rarely grows in Kent. The smell is overpowering. If vampires are after me, then this is the place to stand. It really is. But I was walking around, like you say, it's a new location. You think to yourself, am I going to be able to find it? I'm just walking through this clearing just down here now. I could smell it, I could see it. Oh, it really has made my day, it's made my year finding this. Gotta find some decent shots now. The hard part, or the easy part, is finding it. The hard part is shooting it. But like I say, I've had to come out into Sussex to capture this. It's well worth the journey here. So this scene, this amazing, this beautiful scene of wild garlic right here. Here's the last one I'm going to capture. You've seen a couple of my attempts, fingers crossed, I managed to get something. I mean, how could you not in this sea of green and white? It's this scene that I've got here in front of me. This is the one I want to walk you through. And I think I'm going to do it in portrait mode, mainly because of this little V, this upside down V clump here. You've got the path leading your way in. You've got the tree trunk, we've got some lovely green on the moss. And then we've got all these lovely pale whites dotted around. Something a bit like, if I put the live view on, something ever so slightly just like this. I might even have to do a panorama where I sweep around, add a bit more of a log. We've got this little kind of path leading from here, and we just come, swing round to the right, taking in all the garlic over on the left, all the garlic in the background. And then we've just got this lovely little patch here in the foreground. Maybe even if we just drop low, try not to fall over in the process, but by doing that, whilst it's great to be able to get a shot here. I might have to share this one. I might have already shared this image, but by going low, I lose out on all the garlic in the background. So it's a nice little quandary to have. I did worry that when I kind of came here, that I might end up getting just a small clump, nothing too fancy. But this is exactly what I was hoping for. In terms of settings, it's quite dark down here. I'm not using the tripod, not bothering with the tripod down here today, or any of these Bluebell shots either. I'm at ISO 2000, f8, nice sharpness throughout, and that, looking at the histogram, gives me around 1/80th, 100th of a second perhaps. But hopefully after all this time, finally been able to come across the subject that I've really wanted to shoot for so long now. And hopefully I can do these images justice. And there you have it, bluebells and wild garlic all in one video, and the latter, wild garlic, that is a massive tick off my bucket list for 2024 for things I've wanted to get out and capture. I always knew this year was going to be a good one. But on that note, I'm going to end the video. You take care. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. It's bye from a magnificent setting. It's bye from me. See you next time.